communicate, and it's about relationships. It's about being honest with them, and just making sure they know that we're in it with them.
How has Sean kind of evolved? He's done a touchdown pass, so how has he improved the last few games?
Well, I mean, I think you can see it just the way he's managing the game, and it's been what, 3 games since we've had a turnover. So I mean, he's protecting the football. He's doing a good job with running our offense. You can see that he understands the progressions in the passing game, and he's just getting more and more comfortable every time out.
What was his demeanor when you have some guys dropping balls?
He's a tough kid. Matter of fact, he was an encourager. That's what he was. And hey, I'm going to get it back to you, and that's part of playing quarterback too. The things that how you deal with your teammates and all that. And, I think he's got that pretty good handle on that too.
Coach, you mentioned team leaders and things of that nature. When it's kind of swinging the balance, the week of preparation leading up to that next game, how do you know if your leaders are doing what they're supposed to do, or what do you want to see from them as the week progresses?
Well, you know right off the bat the way they approach their meetings and their attitude and everything that goes with that, and you get out on the practice field. And that's part of being a leader, whether things are good or not good or whatever, part of a leader is being consistent. And we got some good leaders on this team, and there's no doubt in my mind that our guys will go out there and we'll have a good practice today.
Gus, you've mentioned before that some guys are kind of hard on themselves, and that's the competitor in them. And Ricardo seemed to be one of those guys after the game that seemed to be that way. That he was really being hard on himself with the drops and everything. How do you kind of talk to him about how he will react?
Yeah, I mean, he's extremely tough on himself. He was down, but hey, that's over with. Now we got to move on. He's going to get plenty of chances the rest of the year, and he's one of our impact players, and he's going to make a lot of plays for us the rest of the year.
Is Sean not having a touchdown at this point, is that concerning at all? I mean, the running back has finished off those drives, and they've been successful drives, but is the no touchdowns a concern at all?
No, not really. We had some opportunities, but the bottom line for me is the last 2 games, we've scored points, we've gotten some rhythm, we've moved the football, starting to improve, and I think you can definitely see that. And so those will come, and he's in pretty good control of the offense right now.
You've mentioned that last year the Texas A&M game was one that really kind of turned everything. And last night you mentioned it again. What's different about this Arkansas loss and the energy you guys had to exert in that type of game to come back?
Well, the reason I said that is, you can draw from experiences in the past, and that was really the closest thing, to feeling kind of the same way as far as that. And so we got to do a better job of recovering from that game. That's the reason I said that. And our coaches are aware of that. Our players were very upfront with them, and that's going to be the key to this week. And I feel good about where we're at from a player standpoint and a coach standpoint as far as that's concerned.
What do you have to do differently as a head coach? What would you do differently?
What would I do differently? Well, it's going to be this week. The way that I approach it, I got to do a better job with our coaches and our players than we did last year, because you can see we didn't play our best.
What does this game mean to Austin
video,
Golson?
Looked at the game video on how did Cameron Petway play, Jason Smith, and
Jason Smith made a couple plays, big plays, and so that was encouraging too. And Petway, he caught his first ball, and he ran over 2 people and got the first down. And he's a guy that his role in that area could expand more. And he's still a freshman and he's learning, but he did a good job.
What does this game mean to Austin Golson going up against his former teammates?
Yeah, it probably means a lot.
Is it a surprise at all with the process there with Austin, Gus, that he wasn't released from scholarship initially?
I'm not getting all that. He plays for us right now.
We go back and look at the game on Saturday. 21 of the first 23 first downs you guys ran the ball until you got into the 2-minute offense late. Is that something you're going to take a look at?
Yeah, I think you take a look at all your tendencies, and you always try to use your tendencies against people. And, there are certain times that, if you're effectively doing it, that you keep doing it, and if you're not, you change things up. So, but yeah, we're definitely aware of that.
Coach, what's the biggest concern when you look at Ole Miss's defense?
They're very talented. That's probably the biggest concern is they're very talented. And, Dave Womack does a very good job with them. They're good at what they do. They're very disruptive, a lot of movement. They give you a lot of different looks, but their talent level is definitely impressive.
Anything else?
What are you expecting out of Gray King, with Stanton Truitt still being banged up?
Yeah,
and having a
Gray
couple catches?
filled in, did a very good job, and, you know, Gray's, been with us a while, he's done well in practice and helped us on special teams, and so it was good to see him get 2 big catches the other day.
What was his reaction after that, finally getting some playing time?
I think he was happy to be out there.
Yes, how do you explain just on paper, the defense has kind of regressed statistically, even from last year in a lot of areas? Just how do you account for that? How do you explain?
Well, I mean, I think where we're at, we gotta get better, and I think Carl Lawson, you know, the addition, being back here in the near future, I think you'll see a vast improvement.
Do you expect Brock Thomas to play? Is he
I
still
do.
injured?
I do.
All right, Coach.